right, well, welcome back. For those just tuning in, we're here with Trevor Davis, frontman, lead singer of Dr. Seahorse from San Diego, and we've listened to some great tracks, or just one so far. I'm getting ahead of myself. And we talked and had some cool laughs. And can you have cool laughs? Is that possible to have cool laughs?
I mean, is there anything? It seems like both of us right here, we can do anything. We can add cool to the front of it.
It's just being left-handed. Being left-handed. That's what it is. You know, that's what it is. And we were just talking about the sound of Trevor Davis, and now let's get into the sound of Dr. Seahorse. If you had to associate and put a sound and a certain specific genre to Dr. Seahorse, what would that genre be?
Yeah, just like I was sharing with you before. Like before, I feel like there's so much tension if someone asks me, because I feel like I like these sort of two worlds. And what's so great about Dr. Seahorse is that it's a duo, and so it's me and one other guy, and he's sort of behind the reins of the producing it, and I don't really speak into that. I might give some ideas, like, I want to take it this route or something, but I basically leave him that, and he's not with me when I write the songs. And so I write it with, because I'm such a versatile person, like I'll write it, the next song I'll share, you'll hear it's almost more country. And then, but not country like slow country, we just almost like bluegrassy country song. And then I know, because I can do that, I know that when I bring it to him, he's going to make it very cohesive and have like this common thread of electronic sort of vibe going on in all the songs. And so it doesn't question its identity once I hand it to him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's sort of this built-in kind of style. It's my bandmate's named Mark, and he's definitely more of a stubborn person. He doesn't like to do anything he doesn't want to do. And for me, I'm like more of like I want to try it all out. I'm the kind of experimental, and I'm excited about exploring. For him, he sticks to what he knows, and he does it so good. And there's such a strength. Like when we perform live, I know he's just this solid guy. He's going to be consistent every time. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to do next. And so I'm kind of this wild stallion, and he's sort of like this trained, I don't know what animal's trained, but Shamu or something. It's the same flip every time. It's perfectly.
And for some reason, we're so stoked to see that same exact flip that we've seen 22 times.
And we are. Yeah. And the kind of combo, it's just such a great... I think we sort of provide comfort for each other, because I think there's two different strengths that are coming to the table, and that's what our style is. So again, him growing up sort of like more structured, like he actually grew up in drumline, which is more militant, very, practicing all your things, very number oriented kind of guy, and I'm sort of like color, and so. He got into electronic music, so if you bring these two personalities together, he's sort of the electro, and I grew up in this, again, gospel church, more free spirit. So I'm like, when I listen to music, I'm like, like a gangster in a car, like bobbing my head, so I'm kind of more the swag. And so our style is the two guys coming together. So our style is actually called electro swag.
Nice.
And so whenever we have the little blurb underneath us, we get to finally have something that feels like it makes exactly who we are.
Exactly.
It's totally like, I don't feel like we're anything else but that. We are electro swag.
Nice.
He's the electro, I'm the swag.
You're the swag, and put them together, man.
Yeah.
And that's what I love. I've seen videos of you guys playing live, and I have not yet to see you guys live. Unfortunately, I need to get around to see you guys live. But just seeing that, those two different worlds, and I meeting Mark before, and seeing that in him is very. Like you said, very structured, oriented, and he's not here, unfortunately. But if he
wasn't part of his structure, just kidding.
No, it just wasn't. Didn't fit into his structure. No, and if he was here, I imagine this interview would be much different. I'd probably have to sit up straight and very, very direct, look into your eyes. But all right, well, we talked about the track that this next track is more of an acoustic version, very country sounding versus the electro. Swag version on your album. But tell us a little bit about Closer, this next song that you're going to be playing.
I would definitely describe this song, if I had to give it a title vibe-wise, with like little ditty. Like it just sounds like a little ditty. And then he turns it into, every time I come to him with like a little idea, he always makes it turn into this sort of massive Seahorse idea, Dr. Seahorse idea. And but yeah, I think sometimes when you approach songwriting a little more simple, simplicity is what a lot of us actually really relate to. I mean, that's probably why there's a line at In-N-Out Burger, because it's just sort of, you just know what you're going to get, and you understand it, and you can comprehend it, and you want it now. And so I think if you write a song that has like layers that they just like, and there's certain artists like that there's layers, and you start liking the song after the 10th time, and you really like it, but to get around to listening to giving someone a chance 10 times is so, it's really hard. So I try to write sometimes simple in order that I can just relate right on the spot with somebody.
Nice. Yeah. Well, let's go ahead and listen to this track.
All right. Hopefully I remember how it goes.
We'll find out.
I'm so used to the Dr. Seahorse version. This is actually like the first time I've ever performed.
Oh man!
This song live is right on this spot.
Nice. Well,
right
we're
here on
getting
the Coyote's
sneak peek
back.
Right in the Coyote's back.
All right. The song's called Closer. Back was young once I worked hard. Oh, that's already wrong. Here we go. Yeah. My back was young once I worked all day long and played all night, but now got to get some sleep. My pockets had a hole and I must have been like a thief. There was no change for me. I settled down in apathy. I'm here, oh here, and over there, but still you come closer, closer, closer to me, closer, closer, closer to me. As a child, I hung by the streams, but across the fields, I was lured into a dream. It was more nightmare. I was king of the throne, but it burned away, and I was left all alone. I'm here and over there, but still you come closer, closer, closer to me, closer, closer, closer to me, closer, closer, closer to me, closer, closer, closer to me.
Yes, thank you.
Getting hot in here, or am I just messing up a lot?
No, man, it just shows, man. It just shows that we're human. You're human. Lets the viewers know that it happens, and it's just.
Well, that was the first time I played it acoustically.
Yeah, exactly. And the crazy thing is,
it's been years since I wrote it, so I'm like, how did I write this years ago?
Well, the crazy thing is, if you wouldn't have said anything or done anything to make us know that you messed up in that part, I would have never guessed, because you play it off so well, man. You're just very professional and fun with it. It's like, oh, it was supposed to happen. That was part of the song.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you're right. I need to do that.
Yeah, it's part of the song. If you listen to the recording. Now, I want to get into a little bit, before we start talking about the voice, and we definitely want to get into that and your experience with that. I want to talk about something that I really love talking to artists about is their inspirations, So what are the greatest sources of inspiration, both musically and in life for you?
Yeah, I would say, I think, aside from music, the thing I think that starting with influence first, that influence most people in life is sort of who they hang out with, and sort of what people you come across and meet, and sometimes someone can say something you've never had words to, and they put it in such a way that just sort of like helped you grow, in 2 minutes what it would have taken you 10 years. And I would say that probably just people and conversations probably inspires me the most to write songs. And someone says something, I'm like, damn, I'm going to go home and write a song about that, so, and then I won't have you as a co-writer on it, and so I don't have to pay you anything for that idea, but I'm totally going to steal it from you.
I'm taking it as my own.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So, yeah,
nice.
I would say that's probably my number one influence. And then it's not so much music anymore for me. I think at the beginning it was music, but now I think it's something deeper than that. And again, I'd say that it would be people.
Nice, and that's the cool thing about you and Mark working together. You know, the couple interactions that I've had with Mark, and just the different the talents that you both have, the different talents and the different perspectives and different approaches. You know, you being more free spirited and very swag, you know, and him having the electro, but coming together and seeing things in different perspectives, you know, pointing out things in different perspectives, which is super cool. Which, like you said, you would have never seen or you would have never learned, even in life, if without this interaction. It would have taken 10 years, you know.
Yeah, and I would say even for Seahorse, like what inspires me with it is like, you know, Mark as the person, you know, like it's him and how God has wired him and made him so different than me that I kind of have to take that in consideration when I'm sort of writing the song and delivering it. I kind of know that it's to try to force it to be something that it's, you know, it's a collaboration. So I know that he's going to bring his personality. I know that he's going to put his fingerprints on that thing, and that's actually going to be a good thing, and sort of like kind of make room for it, versus sort of like me kind of hold my ground and just be me.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
I mean, I think even in anything in life, in marriage and in any relationships that you have, I think it's always a give and take.
Definitely.
You know, and if there is a fight, you got to choose your battles, you know, wisely. And there's been moments that, you know, we've both done that, and so I really feel strongly about going this route, you know. So. And so, yeah, it's sharpening, a relationship, you know?
Exactly. You sharpen each other through that, and you stretch each other, stretching, you know?
Yeah.
And challenge each other, you know?
Right.
And that's the great thing about even as being humans or even as musicians, you know, it's what we're called to do, is to challenge each other, to sharpen each other, you know? Now, let's talk about, musician-wise, what musicians have had the greatest impact on your creative process?
I would say it's usually the people that intimidate me at first. That inspire me later. It's kind of a weird way to describe it, but usually what I'm intimidated with is like, it's not even someone like stylistically that I might even want to be like, but I can sense that they're so comfortable in their own skin and there's no questioning happening for them. And it's not they don't approach it arrogantly. They approach it in such a restful, peaceful way that they're just really comfortable with who they are. And there's nothing more, you know, at the beginning, you know, kind of, what word did I use? Intimidating. Because, you know, I'm a good showman. You know, I can put on a show and I can put on the bright colored shoes and do those things. And that can, it, you know, sort of like magic. It sort of can fool the people. But at the end of the day, you kind of know like, well, I just kind of have a card slipped under my jacket. So I'm always trying to strive towards that kind of performance side to me comes very natural. What I feel like I would love to accomplish in life as a musician is to be someone who not only has this natural ability to perform and be entertaining, but be extremely authentic in it. And not just like, you know, put on the face, because I see that all the time. You know, it's sort of like, you know, they pretend it's acting, you know,
exactly.
And I don't want to be that. I don't. Even though you can, you know, acting is what gets people a lot of fame. I don't want to be that. I want to be more than that. I don't want to set the bar just that low, you know.
And that's what's great about who you are as a musician, as a person. Like you said, there's so many bands and artists and musicians out there that, you know, it's just an act that they're putting on, you know, it's their lives don't reflect what they're singing, you know, but in your lyrics and in your music and in your songs, I see that, and you connect, your life connects with your lyrics. You know, you're this person on stage as you are in life, and maybe a little more showy on stage and a little more color, but it's still the Trevor Davis on stage as you are the Trevor Davis in life, you know, and that's what makes you stand out. That's what that and being left-handed makes you stand out. But let's go ahead and take a little break, and we're going to go ahead and continue our conversation in influences with Trevor Davis and Dr. Seahorse. But remember, listeners, that Lunchtime Live can be heard live every Thursday at 11 a.m. and Saturdays at 12 noon on Coyote Radio from our website, and worldwide on iTunes and under College Radio. So stick around. We're going to be right back with Trevor Davis. Don't go anywhere.